Hello, everyone, and we are live. And this is Shipping here from Singapore. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. If you are located in Singapore or Malaysia, very good afternoon. If you are from other parts of the world, then good morning or good evening. So today's topic is one that is very close to our heart, but actually no one's actually talk about it, which is fear, right? So we do not just only we have fear before starting a business, but also the fear after we have started, because we often see a success story from other people, but nobody actually talks about the doubt and the what if and the inner voice that actually make us hesitate. That's what we are going to share today. That the fear that no one talks about. So today I have invited my business partner from Malaysia, who has also walked the same path like everyone who has started from hesitation, uncertainty, to find their own rhythm and courage through this journey. So, hi, Francisca. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So, maybe before we start, can you share a bit about yourself, what you do before you start, and what's make you decide to start something new online?
Hi, Shipping, and everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank you so much for having me here. I'm truly honored to be here and to share some of my experiences from this business journey. Yeah. Uh, I'm Francisca and I'm from Sabah, Malaysia, and I have been full-time and professional in the education field for over 20 years. Yeah, and for a long time, I have been searching for a business or investment that I can take with me wherever life leads me. Yeah, something flexible and lasting because I have moved around quite a bit, and each new place meant starting over and finding a new job. When I was younger, that challenge felt exciting. But as years go by, it's no longer fun. It's tiring. That's why I started looking for something that gives me stability, freedom, and the ability to grow. Yeah, no matter where I am. And then I found this business. Yeah, that's a little bit
Yeah.
about myself.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I think many people can actually relate, right? Especially when age catching up, and then you want to chong at your work, then it becomes like a problem. So yeah, for like especially I have to say, like for years, if you have been in the same routine, and then you still feel stuck, and then you are like not prepared for retirement, you feel like something that is missing out, right? So let's talk about the real fear that often like hold people back from starting something new. So when you first came across this business, right, what were the fear that actually came up for you?
When I first came across this business, my biggest worry was the technical side, actually. Yeah, I kept asking myself, what if I can't do it? Who is going to help me? Will it be some mentors or coaches or community that assist me? Yeah, that was my biggest worry.
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people feel, that especially when we do not have experience working on an online space, like these days, like especially for our age, right? Then we are not
Yes.
like so tech savvy. But what about the fear, like what if I fail, or what if what people think, because that we do actually showcase, I mean show ourselves online. So did you ever have those thoughts, like when you actually started this?
You mean the thoughts of if I
Yeah,
fail?
feel
Yeah.
and what people think about you.
Honestly, I feel scared though. And that little voice kept asking, what if I fail? What if I fail? But whenever I have that thought, I will flip it around and I ask myself, what if I succeed? Yeah, that is the only mechanism that I did. Yeah. And then I thought that, what do I really lose if I try? And what do I lose if I don't try? Yeah. The answer was always clear. Okay, I would rather take the chance than live with regrets. Yeah. Okay. And about what people might think if I fail, honestly, I stopped worrying about that a long time ago. I have set it deep inside my mind. My life is my life, and I get to decide how I live it. Yeah.
Wow. That's very brave, because for me actually, it took me quite a while to step out, because as an Asian Chinese, a typical Asian Chinese, you are very worried, how people judge you, right? So, and I also feel like these days many people actually get stuck, because not that they don't want to change, but it's the fear that make them overthink instead of act. If like me, I was like, I think like whether how people will judge me, and then that almost actually stops me from taking action and starting building something online. So if
When I was younger, like you, of course, I had that kind of,
yeah,
fear as well. But when age going up,
yeah,
then you start worrying about that.
yeah. So actually it's like if nothing changed, then nothing will happen, or things will just stay the same. That's that lives. So what was your turning point for you when you say, okay, I'm just going to give it a shot despite the fear that you had?
I did my math. What if I try? What if I try? What if I don't, right? And in
Yep.
the end, I would rather take the lead than live with regrets. And the other thing that is really, push me is seeing all the proof and success stories from people in this business. That was the final push I, I needed to say to myself, let's do it. Yeah.
Wow, that's very powerful. So it's not about being fearless, but it's also by doing something despite the fear. For me, even if I took the courage to break through the first step by, after starting, but the fear, then after you start, you take the first fear, take the step. Then after that, when you start, fear also, you have another kind of fear start showing up even after you start. So the relative truth, right, for me is like, the fear of showing up, the fear of being visible online, posting online. I just always feel that I'm not good enough. So do you actually experience that, or it's just me? What kind of fear, show up even if you have decided that, okay, let's do this online business?
Of course, there was some fears before and after. Yeah. After I started, uh, it's still the same, mostly about the technical setup. But the training resources that we have is fantastic. Uh, I could watch the recording as many times as needed. Even when I worried about making a mistake, I just rewatch and follow along, and everything turned out fine. So
Wow.
I would say that the resources is really helpful for people like me who have a technical hurdle. Yeah.
Mm. So that was the training side that actually helps you out. So what about
Yes, yes.
the mentorship and the community center, or what's actually helped you to push through all these hurdle that you have, like especially when you mentioned that you have technical was the biggest hurdles for you in this case.
Oh yeah, the mentorship and community make all the difference. Whenever I needed help, I could reach out and someone would guide me. The support, encouragement, and motivation from the community really kept me going there. And we have people from different part of the world. So basically, 24/7, you will get people to help you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is this is like so real, so you although you have the technical hurdle, but then but growth doesn't actually change without discomfort. So you actually still take the courage, although you still have your fear of those like technical setup. But then every stage of life, even with like you mentioned, technical support is there. So every stage actually bring new fear, and but then also as you go, I think you build your confidence. And I see you also mentoring new people into this business. Yeah. So despite you saying that you have all this fear, but I see your presence, how you actually support your mentee along the journey. So yeah, that's actually from you say that you're not tech savvy, but you still manage to pass through that hurdle and even help people to set up an online business. So looking back, right, how do you think those fear actually shape you, and how different are you from before you first started this online journey?
Well, looking back, those fears transformed me a lot. Yeah. I went from someone who avoided social media. I didn't have any, I had social media, I have a social media account for a long time, but I never posted anything, never did anything. And and also struggle with technology. I transformed to be a person who is now confident creating content, taking videos, and navigating apps with ease. Yeah. It's the same with the business itself. There is nothing I cannot do as long as I'm willing to learn. That is my philosophy. Yeah. And truly, nothing is impossible actually. If it is to be, it is really up to me. I just need to go learn and seek for help. And there are so many resources around in our community and in this business.
Yeah, I also I really feel the changes, like you say that you do not do social media posting, and I look at your page,
Yeah,
you're inspiring to others, and I also saw the videos that you take. Wow, it's really hard to imagine, like someone like you do not have the background, and then
true.
uh, you actually you can do that. So it really is like it's amazing to see how that things that once truly like scared us, and then but actually it became the reason why we grow stronger. Actually, fear is a feeling that it happens all the time, and then it doesn't actually appear, but then when you hurdle pass through the fear, right, actually change and shape how we grow, right? And I think that's where the confidence build. And then when we start, realizing, hey, actually I can handle more than this, actually there's much more I can do rather than, if I think I cannot. Yeah. So if
Yes.
you could go back to the day before you started, right, what would you actually tell yourself?
If I could go back, I would probably ask myself, where have I been all this time? How did I only discover this now? Yeah, because honestly, this has turned out to be one of the best decisions I have ever made in my life. Not just for monetary reward, but for the freedom, the growth, and confidence it has given me today. And the truth is, the technical part was never the real challenge, actually. The biggest hurdle was fear. Yeah. But once you push through that and commit to learning, you will realize there is truly nothing you cannot handle. Yeah. And if I would say that the well how if I know many of you might be feeling unsure as well at this stage, thinking, is this a business, is this a digital business for me or not, or what if I fail? And honestly, I felt the same way when I first started. The truth is, the fears and doubts are normal. Yeah, everyone experiences them. But here's the thing, nothing will change unless you take a first step. Yeah. And the technical stuff, totally manageable. You can learn it. And the mistake, they are part of the journey though. And the support, you are never alone. There's an amazing community, mentors, and coaches ready to guide us. Yeah. If I could go back, for sure I would tell myself, don't wait. Start today. The only thing standing in your way is taking that first step. And once you do that, you will be surprised how much confidence, growth, and possibility open up. And trust me, there is nothing impossible when you're willing to learn and take actions. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing such a sincere heartfelt message. But what really stopped us is never really the business or the system. It's the
Yes.
fear story
True.
that we keep repeating to ourselves. So, to everyone who is watching us today live or replay, and you have been sitting on the fence thinking whether, starting something, but still feel afraid. Yes, we all do feel that. But actually, the truth is the fear doesn't actually go away. But only when you take action, right, the fear start to lose its power. And then,
Yes, take action.
yeah. So thank you, Francisca, for sharing your journey, so openly to us. So if this conversation actually resonate with you and you would like to see what we are doing, you can actually register for a complimentary webinar through link on our website. If you goes to our page, and you can actually find that. Or otherwise, you can just drop us a DM us with webinar, types the word webinar, we send you the detail personally. So thank you to all of you who actually joined us today. And also remember, courage isn't about the absence of fear, it's about choosing the step to move forward. So enjoy the rest of the Sunday evening, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Shopee.
Bye.
Bye.